Reddit forum. It is our Saga campaign.
Yep, let me.
Saga campaign.
Okay. Yep, let me.
Okay, switching over to now. Hello and welcome to CardTalk, and today we are continuing with our Saga campaign, the flight to the Ford, and we've got our heroes on board. We've got slightly modified decks than what we've been running, same hero lineup, but just in a slightly different version. Matt is not running his cow deck, and I'm not running my standard leadership AMR tactics A1 deck. So hopefully, hopefully we will end up getting where we need to go and getting through the Ford of Brunnen and onto Rivendell. So opening hands. What have you got there, Matt?
Actually, a pretty good starting hand with a number of pipes and Bilbo, so I could get Gandalf's pipe at least by next turn if I don't draw it.
So are you playing your opening hand then?
Yes, I think I will.
Okay, and for my hand, I think I am actually taking a mulligan on this. It's nice to have Firefoot, but I need some more restricted attachments. And unfortunately, I did not get the restricted attachments that I wanted. So we'll find out if this is going to be a detriment or a help.
Oops, we are completed setup. I'm keeping my hand. I need to get my scout ahead.
They have drawn off for the time being, but not far, I fear. They will come again another night. If we cannot escape, they are only waiting because they think that their purpose is almost accomplished and that the ring cannot fly much further. Frodo has been gravely injured in the attack at Weathertop and will perish if his companions can't bring him to Rivendell in time. Strider leads the hobbits towards the hidden valley, anxiously listening to the sounds of Black Rider. The road runs along the edge of the hills for many miles from the bridge of the old Ford of Brunnen, but I have not yet thought of how we shall cross that water. One river at a time. We shall be fortunate indeed if we at the last is held against.
All right. So we've got Frodo's life all set up. We've got the Fell Riders in the staging area. Just need to get started.
What's your first turn?
Well, let's go ahead and put out Scout ahead. Might as well give Frodo a Hobbit pipe. I'm not sure if playing the spare pipe right now to try and find an event would be helpful. No, I've got Test of Will. I can save the resource, and then next turn, if I don't spend it to cancel something, I'll put out Bilbo and get my wizard pipe going.
Yeah.
So that's it for my planning.
You want to play the dwarf pipe off the top of your deck with Gandalf's ability. See if you draw on anything or what you've got coming up.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, that would work. So I'll have enough resources to play the wizard pipe.
There you go. You've got hidden cash. So when you defend, that you're gonna have gain some resources.
That'll be handy. I've got a good number of spirit things to play, and more resources I can give Dane right now, the better.
I'm going to spend one for a Calabrian Stone on Arwen. And then that's all I can actually play around.
All right.
Questing, I will stick to the quest.
As will I.
Are you sending Frodo as well?
Yes, let's send Frodo. So we're 14.
Yep.
And I assume we do not want to go on scout ahead yet, since we haven't set up any burdens to be
Yep.
put in the victory display.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Do.
All right. Card number 1, another Fell Rider. All right. And card number 2 is Atmores. So we've got
2, 10, 2, full progress. Travel to the Ettenmoors.
yes, we might as well try to keep our staging area threat manageable.
Actually, there's life by 1. And now all 3
Not until we put any progress on it.
from traveling. Oh, I thought it was when we traveled.
Yeah, it's right in that travel spot.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be engaging all 3 Fell Riders.
That's going to be an interesting first turn here.
I will optionally engage 1, dealing 1 damage to Frodo's life.
Okay.
Get the other 2. Because you can always discard Mr. Underhill to cancel the attack. Add it to the
Yeah. I guess I'm curious why you reduced Frodo's life, because we're engaging all the riders.
at the
Oh, the first
beginning of
player
the
must.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got you now.
So because of the fact, well, Erkenbrand's got Sentinel, so we don't actually need to do that.
Just leave them all engaged with me.
Well, we could. It just means Irma can't do any attacking back, but he can't do any shenanigans anyway. But, well, he could do 1 damage.
I'm okay with Frodo taking the damage, or we could just go this route, so preserve Frodo's life a little bit longer.
Okay, we'll preserve life.
All right. Mr. Underhill. Oh, so we have to add it
The
to.
victory just
Yeah. But it's permanent, so. Okay. Let's cancel the first attack then with Mr. Underhill.
there.
And
Erkenbrand will defend second
no shadow.
damage.
And Dane will defend the third. Turn attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack, which is just fine with me.
And you discard that off the top of your deck.
And I will use Dwarven Pipe to put it on the bottom.
And you
All not too bad, considering.
not a bad first turn.
And Frodo loses a life.
Yeah. And I still haven't drawn any attachment. Okay, I'm going to spend 2, and I'm going to give. Actually, I'm going to spend 1. I'm going to pull out Fathom. See if I can draw into attack.
Yep,
And that leaves
for sure.
And that leaves us 1 with test. Yeah. I'm done.
All right.
I'll send West. I'll send 12.
Well, I'm going to put out a Bilbo and go get my Wizard Pipe. can go ahead and play that on Gandalf. And we'll give Bilbo a hobbit pipe. I would really like to play out some more pipes, but I don't think the spare pipe is going to be all that helpful right now, whereas Unexpected Courage on Gandalf or Dane is going to be pretty handy.
Or even Erkenbrand.
Or Erkenbrand. Yeah, the Sentinel defense. I'm a little worried about putting it on him right now because he doesn't have a lot of hit points or defense boosts.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, through the Etten, I can get them. But you could also play out your spare pipe, and you definitely know you're going to get one event.
Yeah, I've got an old Toby on top right now.
You could actually pass that, put that spare pipe on Erkenbrand to get a point. Still gain the effect of the response.
Yeah, I only hesitation is that we probably need a third defense already, if not more.
It's possible.
I think I'm going to go with the Unexpected Courage on Dane and just play it safe here.
Yep.
So make sure I can defend my two, and then you'll have a defense for the other Fell Rider if you take it.
Yep. Are you going to play your draw 2 cards? 3 cards?
Let's see. I already played a card off the top, didn't I? No.
Play Bilbo off the top of your deck.
No, I had that in hand.
Right.
So I could play it off the top.
Just out of curiosity, how did you play Bilbo? Oh, you had 4 reasons.
I had 4 because of the hidden cache.
Okay, that's where I was getting a bit confused. So you could have played it that way, but no, you haven't played off the top card yet.
Okay. I guess if I do that now, I get the cards and I don't have to worry about mining it off the top and we get a little further along.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that. Play the old Toby. Draw 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a Bilbo on top. I don't mind mining that away. All right.
Questing. I've sent.
Okay. We've got 4. Just debating if I want to hold Gandalf back in case we see 2 enemies hit, but getting you some more stuff to make sure we clear the Etmores is probably a good idea as well. So we got 4. We're at 12 right now. I think I'm just going to send that.
Stream, people that are viewing. Glad to have you along for this ride.
Yeah, I'm going to send 4.
Okay, that's 12. So 2 cards.
Yep. Card number 1. Power in the Terror. Each ally gets -1 willpower and deal 2 damage each ally with 0 willpower.
So you just drop down to.
Yep.
Card number.
Pathless Country.
So 6. So we 6.
5, because we're down to 11 since Bilbo lost a willpower.
And I draw 3 cards. Thanks. Okay, I got a weapon and I got a sorcerer.
Might as well travel to the Pathless Country, or do we want to try and clear the last bridge?
I'm only hesitant to do the last bridge because of the fact of burden. we're not exactly set up with the Shadow of the with not Shadow of the Past out of the wilds in it.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the Pathless Country then.
Yeah.
We got some time yet still.
Yep. And I will take the Spell Rider down.
All right. And shadow. You get shadows.
Yeah, and Brand will
And shadow whiffs.
damage.
And Dane will go ahead and defend the first attack. No shadow. And I will mine Bilbo for 1 defense. Dane will defend the second attack. No shadow. And
Now,
I will mine
Are
my
you?
Unexpected Courage,
Are
but
you?
I'll put it.
I was just about to say, do you want to mine that Unexpected Courage, or do you just want to take the point of damage?
Well, the other trick I could do is I could swap something in my hand. So
Yeah.
the other dwarf pipe isn't that handy right now, or neither.
Well, what you could do is swap the dwarf pipe and pipe the dwarf pipe at the bottom. Save the
Yeah, that's probably going to be the better option at the moment. So we will do that. And I've got Shadow of the Past on top now.
Yeah, Airman's going to do damage to the Spell Rider.
And I did all that debating about holding Gandalf back, and he can't even attack back for any damage.
So,
Well, I see a Sigil Miner on top of my deck. I think it's going to be a good idea to get him out and start trying to mine some resources here.
yeah.
So I will use him for 1 mining Wizard Pipe. Oh,
Dwarf pipe Arwen.
I can. I think I have 2 in the deck. Nope, that's the only one. Never mind. Dwarf Pipe. And that's my only copy of Will of the West. Probably have to swap that if I end up trying to mine it. But right now, that is not something I need to worry about.
Well, you could swap it with your Dunedain pipe, and then play your
Yeah.
Dunedain pipe off the top of your deck with India's. So if you control S on Dunedain pipe, it'll swap with the top cards.
Well, I am already played the Sigil from the top of my
Right.
deck. So if I just play the Dunedain Pipe and use it,
Yeah.
because I could just draw the Will of the West and put probably the Shadow of the Past on the bottom right now.
Yeah, I've got a Shadow of the Past in my hand.
So we'll do that, put that on the bottom, and draw my Will of the West.
Is that your planning done?
That is my planning done.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend 1 for a Silver Circle Eowyn. And then I'm going to clear the mark on the map.
All right.
So I can't play me on of Arable. Yep, got nothing else. Questing.
I'll send. Were you counting Frodo in your 8?
No, that's just 8 off Eowyn, Silver Circlet, and Claiborne Stone.
Okay. I will send 6 then with Frodo. And we forgot to take a hit point off of him. We don't want to go to Scout Ahead yet. Maybe soon. All right. Card number 1. Piercing Cry. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a non-school enemy. Either add to the stage here, put in play engage with the first player. Shuffle the encounter deck. And this is my peril.
Well, I fell right out or a ring wraith, I believe.
Yeah. I think the ring wraith wasn't too bad, other than the 5 attack, but Dane can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it attacks, so I guess I am going to end up engaging it anyway, so I might as well just put it in play engaged with me. And then we don't have to deal with the threat.
Card number 2.
The Old Road.
Okay, so we're up against 5. So we make 7 progress.
Yep, so 3 there.
9 progress.
9 progress. 2 more there. All right.
Travel to the old.
Well, if we wanted to try the complete scout ahead next turn, we could set up the revealed burden to be on top of the encounter deck with your Shadow of the Past.
Only problem with that is we got shadow cards beforehand.
Well, we could use the travel action window, or actually the encounter step action window to place the. Oh, right, because it's never mind. Because yeah, shadows would get discarded before we could do the Shadow of the Past. So actually,
We could do it in the refresh window, but then again, or we could do it in the next. We could do it in the next quest. So it's just an action. We can do it in the next quest. So we cite a quest on Scout Ahead, trigger the old road once cards are revealed from the encounter deck.
Yeah.
Then we can play Shadow of the Past. Then when we place progress, it'll be in the top there.
Right. So I guess best to leave the last bridge still in the staging area. So we do all that, try to complete scout ahead, get 1 out of there, and then we'll just have to try and hope that whenever we travel the last bridge, we've cleared out some enemies. Which AMR's starting to get some attack going, so maybe soon we'll have some combat power for that.
Oh, here's hope.
All right. So yeah, we don't need to travel to either one of these. Although I guess if we travel to the old road, it doesn't matter. We could use the action or not, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
So
Shadow card.
combat. Yep. Him first. Okay.
Okay, so how you?
Well, I will have Dane defend the ring wraith first.
Yeah.
Makes an additional attack after this one. Well, that's just wonderful. By Faramir and out of the wild. And then
Is this a dead hero?
let's see. Dane's got yeah, it's one of the. Yep, I'm gonna have a dead hero no matter what.
Right. Okay. Then I suggest we reset and try again.
All right. Okay, flight to the forward. There we go. Did you already put the ring draws them in the counter deck?
No, it's underneath the noble here.
Oh, thank you.
Are we all set up now?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm back. And we are back and set up. So my opening hand is a lot better than what I had in the previous game. I don't think I showed that one.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
And over in Matt's hand, well, kind of complain at that one.
Well, I could. I mean, or Loon Minor, my opening
You've got
hand
Wizard
isn't
Pipe.
ideal.
You've got Wizard Pipe. So you
Yes.
can switch it. You've got all of Gandalf's toys to start off with.
I did indeed. So yes, I'm keeping this hand, and I will go get Scout Ahead into my hand.
So I'm not going to read through the flavor text because we've already been that once before this video.
I think that's fair.
Okay, so you want to flip over the flight of the forward by the enemy?
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I'm going to start my turn off by spending one spirit out a circle. That's 6 attack, 6 willpower. I'll spend 1 tactic resource, they'll Firefoot. So that's 6 attack on Earma. Start. And I'm going to spend 1 for an armor death round.
Very nice.
Too bad I don't have a defensive for Spell Riders.
All right, well, definitely playing out Scout Ahead and just debating how I might want to do this.
Well, you could get Arwen out straight away.
Could get I could get
get the Wizard Pipe and the Wizard Staff out.
yeah, I'm thinking that if I put out the staff, I could give Dane a resource. I could also get out Arwen, or I could get the pipe out. Because the pipe then, once I defend something, I can get the Heirloom and Miner right into play. But Dane doesn't have Sentinel in your first player this time, and you've got 2 defenses set to go. So actually, if I did Arwen, we have better questing power, and I can give Dane Sentinel to help you defend if need be.
Yep.
So.
Or you could give Erkenbrand the +1 boost, so that way the attacks of
Yep.
Spell Riders just fall short.
Right. That's a good point. Let's get the pipe out then.
Well, you could do the same thing with the Wizard Staff. You spend 2 resources from Gandalf and Thorinde, drop the staff out, and then add the resource staff to, and that allows you to drop out Arwen.
Right, and that was one of the things I mentioned I was thinking about doing. Yeah, that is probably the better way to go about this, because the resource acceleration is going to be very handy this game, I feel like. Alright, all set.
Yeah. So questing, I will 6 the quest.
And I will send 8 as well for 16.
One.
Rode like a gale. Return
Surges.
to Nazgul. Yep. 9 are abroad. Treat the text box of each character in play as blank, except for traits until the end of the round. If there's a Nazgul enemy in the staging area, the 9 are abroad gains Surge.
So everybody's blank, but at least Chicken Brand is for defense. And Sentinel, thanks to R.
Yes, indeed. And so second Surge, Power of the Terror.
Just drops
So,
willpower by 1.
yep.
And last card. Surges.
Enemy is upon us.
Surges.
The old road.
We've got 5,
9.
9. So we
6 progress. All right. Might as well go to the old road.
Yep.
Since
And
we'll have shadow cards, it won't make sense to go to the last bridge yet.
Yep.
And we could always try to go against Scout ahead next turn if we want to set up old road to remove our burden.
Yeah, so let's take Spell Riders down. Yeah, Brand defends 1 and discards the shadow from the other.
Left or right?
Right.
No shadow?
And discards that one and sends damage. And then combat, I do 3 points of damage to one of these Spell Riders.
Stick to the one on the right.
Yeah.
Looks like next round.
Well,
Indeed I am. Well, let's see.
you've got Frodo's resources. You can play 3 for cards with.
We usually only need 1 resource to do anything that might come up with him, so I will go ahead and borrow one of his for Wizard Pipe. And that actually makes this a little easier because now I can get my Sigil Miner out from the top of my deck and use the Wizard Pipe. Swap Heirloom Miner with my top card. And then Sigil for 3, which gets the miner out. And mine's a Dwarf Pipe. That's unfortunate. But that puts a resource on Dane. And a little bit closer to putting out some more of these very handy 2-cost spirit cards I have.
Still have your resource from Gandalf's staff.
This is true.
And you could still technically play out Shadowfax this round with Gandalf's staff.
That would give him Sentinel and range, which would be very handy along with the ready, so he could quest every turn.
Could also give Irma an unexpected courage.
That's probably going to be better in the long run, because then he can attack and quest, or attack both of these Fell Riders, and you already have Firefoot to put some additional damage out there if you overattack the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get Aomer souped up here.
Okay. That you done?
Yep, that's it for my turn.
Yeah, I'm going to play out Windfall for 3 to add another willpower to Eowyn. And out a second Fear of the Maw. well as Spear of the Moon. And I think I'm going to hold off for my Ancestral Armor.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Questing, I will 7.
And I will go ahead and send 4. Let's see.
Right, and
We
also
don't have a lot in the stage here,
Oh.
but I guess if we're making sure to complete Scout Ahead.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Are we doing Scout Ahead?
Yeah, let's try to do Scout Ahead and set up getting rid of the burden with the old road. So that's the whole game plan with the victory display shenanigans anyway, right?
Yep.
So sending 8 for 15, and Arwen will go ahead and boost Arkenbrand again.
Yeah. Card number 1.
So Ring Wraith,
The
Black Steed.
Give it one of these the Fell Rider that's about to die.
Good point.
So
All right.
we are that surges.
Oh, yep. Surge card is Pathless Country.
Right, okay, we're going to trigger the action on the old road.
Yes, so Burden card. Oh, I should make sure to shuffle that a couple times. Weight of the Ring. So attach to the ring bearer. Counts as a condition attachment. So that was the one we probably didn't want to see for the old road.
Yeah, that's the one we kind of wanted to see for last.
Most unfortunate.
But either way, you've got Elrond somewhere in your deck, so
Yes, I do. And then, yeah. And
again.
I saved my lore resources, so hopefully we'll see him soon.
So we've got 9. So progress as I ahead.
The way the ring also surges.
Yes, it just surges.
Yep. So it's the Black Steed. Another Fell Rider.
Could put that one on the Ring Wraith action.
Okay.
Because this other Fell Rider, I don't have enough to kill him this. Do I?
One.
Can I kill it?
Unless no, because even if you attacked, if you attacked it directly after with the Unexpected Courage, you'd put 3 more damage on it with Amber, and you'd only be putting 1 from the Fell Rider.
Can't outright kill it yet, so.
And the same would be true for the Fell Rider, because you'd be putting 4 or 5 damage on it. I guess the advantage of putting on the Ring Wraith is we don't have to worry about the engage or lose a life choice.
That's what I was thinking. So.
Yeah. And that surges.
Yep.
Chicken Dumb. You must either shuffle the top card of the burn deck into the encounter deck and reveal an additional card, or raise each player's threat by 3. I think we actually kind of want that, right? Because we're going to complete Scout Ahead, and we might hit it with the Scout Ahead 6 cards.
Okay, do it.
So shuffle that in. So we have to reveal another counter card. All right, and we get a Piercing Cry.
Add another Ring Wraith.
Yep.
Unless you want to engage.
I think we're fine leaving it in the staging area now that Aomer's got Unexpected Courage, right? Because he can attack it next turn up there.
No, you can't, because I don't have the Rungel out yet.
Oh, that's right. I keep thinking it's leadership, and it's not. So it's engage with the first player, and I am first player. And we don't have to pull down the other one just yet. I could
Actually,
just engage it.
the other one is actually coming down. It's got -10 engagement.
Oh, okay. Okay, then let's put it up in the stage area then.
Yeah. So, out ahead.
Okay, so we did that action, so now we gotta figure out what we actually got here. So we
We're
got
up against
10.
10. We make 5.
All right. All right. So 6 cards.
Please be a bit.
6. No burden.
Okay, do you want to get rid of either the 9 or abroad or enemy on us?
The way things are going, the enemy upon us would be pretty bad. 9 or broad, though, really hurts too, so then we lose all our lovely hero abilities. I think the enemy is upon us is probably the one that's like would be game ending.
Yeah.
No, we get to put them back in any order, so we can set up our shadows.
Okay, well, that's the case. I suggest that A1 Mogul Blade as a shadow card on Spell Rider and either Guessing Cry on the other one. So I can discard it with the Armor
Yes.
Sphere.
And the other ring wraith is coming down.
Give him the 9 as a broad shadow card. Because he's going to return him back to.
Sounds good. And then I guess
if we take Guessing Cry, we can shuffle that Pale Blade back in the deck.
Yep, good call. So we'll search. All right. So those are encounter cards for next turn.
Yeah, and travel, are we going to this pathless?
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. And I will engage this ring wraith.
Yeah, and Jake and Brand will end discarding shadow card for Guessing Cry shadow.
Yep. Bane will defend my ring wraith. So he'll return and mine Shadow of the Past. To take the damage and keep Faramir. He's a late game card. Do I have Stand and Fight? No.
But you have a Will of the West.
This is true. Yeah, we'll let it go. You know what? I'm going to mine one more for that hidden cache. I don't need the 6 defense, but I do need the resources.
Where you put
Bane seems pretty good. So either want to use the Unexpected Courage or Sigil Miner. Although I guess if I had done Thurundir, we could have outed the wild next turn. But we don't know where that other burden is yet.
the amount will attack and kill the horse back and do 1 damage to Spell Rider with Firefoot, and then 3 damage.
And he is going back up into the staging area after my attack.
Does nothing.
Yep. That fear of discovery, where'd that come from?
I was meant to hit Control R and I hit Control E.
Oh.
That was my bad.
Oops. And I've used a lot of things, so.
I am actually do any planning.
Okay. Well, I think I will go ahead and play the Dunedain pipe from the top of my deck onto Thurindir. Sure, it got his 3-wheel power there. And then I will play Smoke and Think to reduce the cost of Sigil Miner for free. And
Are you going to play out your Shadowfax?
I think I might play out Shadowfax and Unexpected Courage this turn. Just debating if I want to try for more resources with my Sigil Miners. So I don't necessarily need Bilbo right now to hunt up another pipe, but he would be good.
Well, we're questing relatively good, so
Yeah.
all you'd be getting would be a dwarf pipe. Now you could technically play Bilbo and Shadowfax instead of the Unexpected Courage.
This is true, and I could get the dwarf pipe that way. And we don't necessarily need Out of the Wild right this moment. So why don't I draw Bilbo, put Out of the Wild on the bottom. Play out. Actually, I definitely don't need that wizard pipe right now. So I will Sigil Miner, naming 1. And that will mine up wizard pipe and a spare pipe. And so that's 2 resources that I can put onto Dane. Play out Bilbo. Go get a pipe. Would you like a spare pipe for Erkenbrand so you have a little more hit points to play with?
I'd never say no to hit points.
Let's get him a spare pipe then. And I'll be 1 more resource off Dane. And I can look at my top 5 for an event. Hey, look, it's an Out of Wild. I think I have to shuffle after that, yeah?
Yes.
And Furiel somehow stayed on top. Okay. And let's play out Shadowfax onto Gandalf.
Okay, so I can take this ring down this turn and Shadowfax Gandalf and mark off ring, and I can Rider.
Nice. All right. Quest then, right?
Then 9, and I will exhaust the 1 ring. Counter.
All right. And so 9. I will send Thurindir, Arwen for 5, and Bilbo for 7.
Might want to leave Gandalf up for enemy. Enemy.
Yep. Yes. Same with. We'll keep the dwarves up too, just so I have chumps as well.
Something.
Okay. It looks like we're 16.
Something.
So our first card is the Piercing Cry, so we have to go get a Nazgul.
Yep, and don't forget to shuffle that Pale Blade back in.
Just go ahead and do that. All right, do we want a Ring Wraith or a Fell Rider?
I Well, they both take the same kill. Both take 9 to kill. The Fell Rider, we have to deal damage to Frodo if we are on turn 3, so we should lost 2 health.
Yes. Let's see. You're first player this time, so you would have to take it, or he would lose life.
Yeah.
And the ring wraiths would come to me right now. Doesn't seem too bad as terms of splitting them.
Okay.
And then he'd be easier for Erkenbrand to defend.
Yep. Sounds good. And the last card.
Last card is Pain assailed him. Reduce the ring bearer's life by 1, then reduce the wing bearer's stats to 0.
Okay, so just drop one
Down to
power
14.
punch. Yep. So we're up against 5, 10. Full progress.
Which will clear the pathless country and put 1 on the main quest.
Yep. Engagement. Fell Rider.
And these 2 come to me. Did not mean to hit D. Thank you. Okay. How would you like to defend?
Erkenbrand will discarding the shadow card from damage.
Alright. Now shadow on the first one.
Okay, no damage at all, thanks to Marwyn.
Alright, so Dane will defend the one with the black steed. There's a burden.
Yeah,
Not one that we can remove from the campaign log, unfortunately.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, we'll mine Furial Thalion for the defense. And then looks like Gandalf will be defending that one. And yeah, I'll use the staff to discard the shadow. So he just takes 2.
Sounds good.
Alright, attack backs.
I am attack with Irma, killing the one that's got damage on.
And you get to carry 4 over to the other one.
Yep. I'm gonna play my 4 hammer and cards. Then Irma is
And let's see. I have 5 attack right now with Gandalf, Sigil Miner, and the other miner, so we will put a damage on the ring wraith that's going to stay engaged with me.
yeah.
And this one goes back to the stage area during the refresh phase. All right. Well, first off, I see I have a Arid Lunar Miner on top, so we will Sigil, naming 3, put it into play, and add a resource to Thurindir.
Could I get a resource with Gandalf's stuff?
Let's see, there goes Dwarf Pipe. Yeah, I think so.
So I'll give that to Irma.
It was a good call on giving Thurindir a resource, because now I've got Elrond on top, so we can discard that burden.
Yeah, but doing that right now, we couldn't put it out of the wild then.
It's true, we'll need some more resources.
Could switch smoke rings with Elrond and then mining and add the resources to Thurindia.
Yeah, let's give that a shot here. So, swap. And 2. So, there goes my expert treasure hunter. Oh, that's still one more resource on Thurindir. And, oh man, Treebeard is on top.
And you can... I think once we get enough resources for India, we can just hardcast Elrond, or next turn switch with the wizard pipe, play Elrond, discard the weight of the ring, and then out of the wild.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend 3 weeks and play out my last restricted attachment, so I can now flip my contract. And Brand now with 5 defense and 7 hit. I'm actually going to then spend the last to play out a prepared for battle.
Ah, nice. Do we want to go against prepare for battle this turn then?
Highly like I'll give it a shot.
Alright. Quester then. I will send 7.
Send in Frodo as well.
Yes, it will exhaust the 1 ring, so we don't reveal an additional counter card.
Okay, I'm also sending 7.
Alright, so we are 16 with Frodo. Card number 1, Trolls Camp.
Nice.
And card number 2 is the Atmores.
Also nice.
So we only have 8 threat in the staging area. So that puts 8 progress on prepare for battle and completing it.
Okay, so who's Arwen targeting now that Brand's got his ancestral armor? What I meant.
Oh, I guess if we're pretty well set up with defense, so how about we put on Dane so he can sentinel defend?
Sounds good.
So Dane is now 4.
And we are so we cast out for prepare for battle.
Yep.
And
Reindeer gets another willpower.
do we want to travel to Gettinmus?
Sounds good to me. Since we have all the non-school out.
Okay, let's bring down Ringwraith Knight.
Okay.
Shadow card L2.
Dane will defend mine. Attack enemy engages the next player and makes an immediate attack.
Okay. That is perfectly fine.
Yeah, that'll help you actually kill it. So, do I mind Treebeard? I still have Will of the West, so get the bonus defense.
And
Hey, there's Will of the West.
That's Will of the
Perfect. All right, so he comes over, makes an immediate attack.
Brand defends, discarding the shadow card from the other one.
All right, discard, reveal, no shadow.
And then Brand defends. Shadow effect and damage. Now attacking back. Irma has enough attack. No, he doesn't. Irma and Gandalf have enough attack to kill.
All right, Gandalf will range attack over.
Attack undamaged.
Undamaged. Oops. Anyway, you get the idea.
Yep. And then Irma attacks for 7, doing damage.
Well, actually, Gandalf can help you with that one too.
Because I will go build off.
Shadowfax. Wonderful.
And I flip my contract. Oh no, I don't because I've got Frodo. My bad. I don't flip because Frodo's still in play. But I'm going to spend 2 spirit resources drop out, 2 fathom, and I forgot to draw an extra card from prepared for battle. I will spend 1 tactic drop out. Keep watch. I will play on Frodo for free a dagger, a blade of Gondor.
Did you also draw your extra card for prepare for battle?
Yeah, that was a test.
Okay.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was keep watch.
Gotcha.
Then I will spend 1 for Toothwine Yama. Please. So now we can attack for 9 on his own for 1 attack.
Pretty good. All right. Well, for my plan here, let's put Elrond on top of my deck so I can use Gandalf's resources to help put him into play. And discard the Weight of the Ring.
Yeah, at this point I will spend 2 resources and put the Weight of the Ring on top of counter deck. Shadow the Pass.
Which will let me play 3 to put Out of the Wild.
Okay, and what are the next 2 cards? What are the next 4 cards?
Oops. Let me move that over. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we'll definitely remove Weight of the Ring.
So.
And the others are Shuffle deck.
Yep. We're down to 13 cards. It's too bad I don't have another Out of the Wild or the resources. And so I think what I will do here is go ahead and sigil saying 2, so I get resource for old Toby, not 1 for Elrond. And we will put that on Dane. I already played Elrond from the top of my deck, so I would have to do something else to get that Hobbit pipe.
You'd have to Gandalf stuff it.
Or my Dunedain pipe, but then I would lose my smoke rings and such, which would be the whole point of getting it.
You could always put that unexpected courage on the bottom of it.
I guess we do have enough readying now and we're clear of enemies. So, yeah. Let's do Dunedain pipe, putting unexpected courage on the bottom. Draw the Hobbit pipe.
Oh wait, I've got control of Frodo, so I'll actually save those and Frodo. So that Shadow the
Works for me. Now I got Test of Will on top, but that's all right. And we will save the smoke rings for now.
You want to mine that Test of Will?
I guess we might as well if I
or do you
try to dig for more of the Out of the Wild.
Or do you want to draw it with Gandalf's staff?
Let's draw it with Gandalf's staff. See what else I get. Oh, there's another Test of Will. We'll mine that one, naming 1. And there was an old Toby.
You got a dwarf pipe. So you get 1. And do you want to put that 1 resource on India just to get the Out of the Wilds?
Good call. All right. So, yeah, that seems pretty good. Let's go to questing then.
Okay, I'm sending 9 with.
I guess, did we want to go to keep watch? or are we continuing on?
We might as well go on keep watch, just so that when the enemies come out, they don't hit as hard, and it boosts the India up.
Yeah. All right. I am sending 8.
Yeah, and I'm 9, 7.
All right. Card number 1. Power of the Terror. So it's each ally. So there goes my Aerodlunan Miners.
Do you want to cancel that then? The test of will.
Yeah, because that will hurt my board state pretty badly. So I'll lose my miners, all 4 of them. And same thing.
And I will cancel that one.
Thank you. So we make a lot of progress there. We're making 14.
And I draw 6 cards, thanks to my 2 albums.
And Bruner is now questing for 5. Oh, I guess I could have smoke ringed, but don't need the extra willpower.
Oh.
This is cleared. So I guess, do we want to go to the last bridge, hoping that we get a out of the wild to deal with the burden? Because we also need a Shadow of the Past. I guess you have one.
No, I don't. Did I just draw a Shadow of the Past? So, how much card draw do you have at your disposal?
I will draw 3 cards, or I can draw 3 cards thanks to Prepare for Battle, Gandalf's Staff, and Dunedain Pipe.
And then Smoke Ring, because you've got a Hobbit Pipe, haven't you? No.
Yes, I have a Hobbit Pipe, Dunedain Pipe, and Wizard Pipe out, so that would be 3 more cards I could draw. So I could actually draw those before we fully do quest resolution to try and dig.
Okay. Do you think that's enough to potentially see out of the wild?
I think I mined one. I think it was something earlier. Nope, I didn't mine one. So I think there's a good shot because there's 2 more in there, and I only have 16 cards left.
Yeah, and you put one at the bottom of your deck. Okay,
right.
If you feel confident that you can get one, then I say let's travel to the bridge then. Last bridge.
Yeah, let me smoke rings for the threat reduction, the card draw then before quest resolution is actually over. So reduce by 3. And I will draw. Oh, I draw 1 because of Hobbit Pipe. That's where I get my card draw. All right, and let's travel to the last bridge. Burden card is Overcome by Terror. So the first player must exhaust the 1 ring. So we don't discard cards at random, and it surges.
Yep.
And we get an Etmors.
Yep.
And Elrond will go away at the end of the round here. Don't have any combat. Oh, there's an Out of the Wild on top of my deck. So I don't even need to dig with all my card draw.
What's your turn?
I guess if you play your Shadow of the Past, I can
yeah, but
play my Out of the Wild.
Is that burden card we want to get rid of, or is it the unknown burden card that's still somewhere in the deck?
I guess how I'm gonna try to remember what else triggers the getting a burden card if we're guaranteed to get one soon.
No, there's no other burden triggers. I think other than that retro card, that um, stricken dumb. The only other thing that triggers is retro. But we
Okay.
can always just raise our threat by 3 to cancel that. Because we've got Overcome by Terror, and we've got, which is the last one we just revealed, and
Well, that was weird.
we've got Fear of Discovery, Overcome by Terror, and the Ring draws them currently discard pile.
And we can't get rid of the ring draws them, so I guess Fair Discovery would be the better one to get rid of if we could. But we'll need to run the encounter deck out to do that. ISS, I know I have at least one more out of the wild, and I'm close to running my deck out and being able to will the West. I feel like we could set up to get rid of the other one if we get to that part where we're close to shuffling in the encounter deck again.
Okay, so do you want me to out of the wild, Shadow of the Past then?
Yeah, I think that would be best. Stick to our game plan of getting through this with as few burdens as possible.
Then 2 out of the, Shadow of the Past.
And I will spend 3. Wild it. So that's that, and
What's the
out
other?
of curiosity,
What's
the other 4,
Yeah,
those aren't bad.
so you get shuffle back in the deck.
All right, and for my other planning, I might as well put a Dwarven Pipe on Dane. I will Sigil Naming 0 because I have a hidden cache on top. Oh, there goes the Test of Will, but I will Dwarf Pipe that back on the bottom.
Don't forget your 3 reels.
Yep, and I don't necessarily need them on Dane at the moment. So we'll put them on through and there so we're all set up for another
Out of the wild.
out of the wild. And then
Are you gonna
hey,
mine?
Glorfindel. I'm gonna mine Glorfindel, naming 5. There goes a Smoke and Think. Give Dane the resource on that. And I can play my Smoke and Think so that I reduce his cost by 3. And play him for my discard pile.
Reduce his cost by 4. You've got 4 pipes out.
I forgot that this
Dwarf pipe, the Wizard pipe, and Hobbit pipe.
Oh, thank you. And I haven't played anything from the top of my deck, so let's give Dane a spare pipe.
So couldn't Glorfindel be out thanks to Smoke and Think? Didn't you just play Smoke and Think to play Glorfindel?
I did. Oh, he didn't come out of my discard pile apparently. And spare pipe, we'll see if I have a Shadow of the Past on top. And that's going to be the best event to grab. And shuffle. And I got a Test of Will on top if we need it.
If me. My contract is now flipped, by the way. I haven't thrown it. Okay, I am going to drop out round shield. Right, I'm going to drop a round shield on second brand. Now all the out. I will do for an arable.
Thank you.
That's
Okay. Oops. I think I'll plan on still giving R1's defense bonus to Dane, just
yep,
so
that's fine. Erkenbrand's got the round.
okay. All right, so questing.
Yep.
I'm sending 9. So we are 18. I guess, do we want to try to advance?
Goes down or just what we've got and start.
All right,
Are you
let's
sending?
go for it.
Are you sending Frodo as well?
Yeah, let's send Frodo. So he's 20. Oops. All right, card number 1. Chicken Dumb.
I will raise
So,
my threat by. I don't want another burden.
okay.
Unless you want to test a will that.
Uh, yeah, we might as well, right? Because that's the one that's going to stop us from doing a progression or make us add a burden. Seems good. Hey, there's another Out of the Wild.
God,
Black Steve lifts.
Surges.
And we have the Witch King,
The
who
Witch King.
should be out of play. We have the Old Road, so 6 threat.
Progress. So we
Yeah.
still make enough.
Do indeed. And the last bridge just goes to the victory display. And proceed to stage 2A.
Black horses leaped down the hill, and from the riders came a terrible cry, such as Frodo had heard filling the woods in the east farthing far away. It was answered, and to the dismay of Frodo and his friends, out from the trees and rocks away on the left, 4 other riders came flying. 4 other riders came flying. 2 rode towards Frodo, 2 galloped madly forward to cut off his.
Now we add the Ford and Brunnen to the staging area.
And
the Witch King. And while at least one Nazgul enemy is in play, Race to Rivendell gets plus 15 quest points, and we're still reducing Frodo's life by 1 at the end of the round. Okay, so travel. I guess, do we want to travel to the Ford just in case we don't take out the Witch King, or keep it? So we don't necessarily need it to beat the stage.
You want to go to the troll camp instead, just to see if we can get some victory points.
Yeah, and that will help us with the Witch King, right? So our heroes will be boosted.
Yep. And do we want to kill the Witch King right now, or do we want to just...
Well, if we kill it now, if we kill him now, we could possibly quest all the way through and complete 2B and not have to worry about adding any more burdens, right?
Yeah, but we've only got 1 burden left on the counter deck, which is the Advocate of Discovery.
And we've only got 6 cards left in the encounter deck, so yeah, I guess we could just leave him up there and just try to stall. I guess then maybe put the Old Road as our active location.
Yeah.
just to have a lower threat.
Yeah.
And we can save the troll camp. Okay. There we go.
Could I get a resource on here when we found our stuff at the last round?
Yes.
I am. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. For my planning then, let's continue to mine away here, naming 0. So I mine my hidden cache and another copy of Bilbo for 3 resources, which, yeah, let's put them on Dane. And mine again, naming 3 to get my last miner out. And another resource on Dane, mine's a Hobbit pipe. I can play out another miner from the top of my deck. Oops. Oh, I don't want to mine away that unexpected courage.
Control the unexpected courage with your unity and pipe.
Yep. As you.
I'd probably put Will of the West at the bottom. Play it in next year's deck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Unexpected courage is my last card. So actually, I could just wizard pipe it, but yeah, doing knitting pipe works better. So draw, put that on there. And who do we want with an unexpected courage? Maybe Gandalf just for questing? Or do you want another one for Erkenbrand or Aemir?
Well, if we give it to Erkenbrand, to quest and defend. Give it to Irma, quest, attack.
Let's give it to Aemir then.
Yeah.
All right, that will be it for my planning.
Yeah, quest. 30.
And I will send 9. Are you sending Frodo?
No, because I don't really want to over quest too much. Try and get that burden out of the deck too.
Good point. So we've got, yeah, we got a good amount of threat in the staging area. So card number 1 is a Ring Wraith. Card number 2 is Ettenmoor. So we've got 10, 12, 13, 15.
I sent 13 on me. It's 2 plus whatever you got.
Yeah, so looks like we make 7 progress, clearing the old road.
As well
Yes.
for the Bruin.
Okay. We must reveal a card for that. Help us get down to that burden. Okay, that surges.
Yep.
And we get a Pathless Country.
Yeah, and I will option as
Oh, well, yeah, optional the Witch King and the other
Yep.
comes to you, right? I was like, you don't have Halberad. How can you engage two?
And Birkenbrand defends the Naz Ringwraith and discards a shadow.
Okay, that shadow whiffs.
Birkenbrand defends damage. For attacking back, Tiamat attacks 7 with Gandalf. He Ringwraith.
Yep.
Ready's up. And Tiamat, Frodo, and Gandalf, and Yes, Gandalf's attacking.
Yeah.
Attacking 9, 12. Frodo's attacking 13. One shy of die.
Oops. Too many. All right. Do you want a card or a resource with Gandalf's staff?
In card.
Okay, go ahead and draw a card. I will play Will of the West. Shuffle my deck back in. I'm also going to Sigil real quick because I got a hidden cache on top saying 0. Nope. Thalion, let's shuffle you back on the bottom there. And give gain 3 resources. All right.
I want to spend my Galadrim my down to 1.
All right.
I am 2 resources in Armor Destria.
Thank you.
3 resources out the wrong Tiamat.
All right. I'm going to put the Smoke and Think in my hand on the bottom to draw with the Test of Will.
And I would have triggered my contract at the last round. But
Yep. Let's see. I don't necessarily need the spare pipe. In fact, I don't know that there's much I need from my deck right now other than just more allies. So I'm going to mine it away, naming 1. And we will dwarf pipe that other dwarf pipe back on the bottom. That gives me 2 more resources. Might as well give them to Dane.
well, if you give them Gandalf, then play Wizard Pipe Ferial into your hand, play Ferial, and have Out of the Wild sitting on top of your deck that you can play if we need to get that burden.
That's true. And I could always, or I could just play Ferial from the top of my deck using Gandalf's resources here.
That's also possible.
So we will do that. And that will be it for my planning.
Yeah. Questing, I will send 13 again.
I will go ahead and send 9. I guess we've got 4 in the Brunnen there, so 22 should be good. Card number 1. is a Pale Blade.
Touches Witch King.
Surge is a Ring Wraith. Second card is a Black Steed, which we might as well put on the Witch King.
Surge.
Into Fear of Discovery.
Which
So
also the one.
we also have to exhaust the Ring Bearer.
Yep.
Actually, it doesn't exhaust the One Ring, it's just the Ring Bearer itself. And that surges into a Black Steed.
Touches.
That one.
Yep.
And then we get a Piercing
Oh.
Cry.
That's a pain.
I actually have Test of Will in my hand, so we could cancel that.
No, what's a pain is we wanted to get that Fear of Discovery out of the wild.
And now we got to put the Piercing Cry on top.
Yeah.
Yep, and I didn't. Yeah, I figured I would have made a difference there. I guess you don't have a Shadow of the Past in your hand.
Nope.
I mean, I could try to mine or draw into it.
If you want to try.
Yeah, let's get the Nazgul here. I guess, do we want a Ring Wraith or a Fell Rider?
Give her another ring.
And I guess if we're trying to hold off on progress, although we have that burden we're trying to remove right now. Unless we really slow roll this.
Let's see if I know to get another Shadow of the Past.
I'm just debating if I want engaged with me or not. I might as well take it engaged, so we don't have to worry about the threat.
Yeah.
Plus, that will get discarded if we clear four of the Brunin.
Yep.
Okay, so that was all the encounter cards. So I guess before quest resolution here, I'm a little nervous about using my Sigil Miners now that I have my one Dwarven Pipe exhausted to try and dig for it. But I don't think there's any helping it. So otherwise I draw Treebeard off the top and hope to see it.
Gotta do something. Gotta try and get that Shadow of the Past. Otherwise, we're taking that Fear of Discovery. Oh, and I forgot to draw an extra card for turn from prepared for battle.
Okay. Let's do the safe option first and draw a card with Gandalf's Staff. And it's a Smoke Rings.
Which you could actually play and draw another card.
Yep, so we'll do that. Which will lower my threat by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pipe drawn. The Hobbit Pipe.
Yep. And there's an old Toby, which I could use that to draw cards. Oh wait, I've already spent I already used the Gandalf's ability this phase, so I need another way to draw it, or I have to mine it. And
Good Wizard Pipe it with 3 beard, but again we need 3 resources to out of the wild in Shadow of the Past. And 2 more to play for Shadow of the Past.
that's true. Well, let's gamble a little bit and say 2 with the old Toby, so I get a resource. And we'll put it on Thurindir. And there's another Wizard Pipe. And we got Faramir on top. We'll Sigil him away, naming 4. There goes Faramir and the other Shadow of the Past.
Okay, so it looks like we're taking that treachery. That's a shame, but nothing we can do about it.
At least not until I don't know, because that's added to the campaign log after this,
Yeah.
unless we burn through 32 more encounter cards.
I don't think we've got the threat for that.
I don't think so either. That's too bad. Yeah. Mm. Yep, yep. All right, well, maybe we'll get lucky here. So we've got
10 in the
10, 11, 13.
I count 10 in this area.
5, 7, 8, 10. Okay. So we make 12 progress. Which will clear the ford.
You haven't accounted for your +1 smoke rings.
Oh, that's right.
So you get an extra.
So that's one more.
Extra 2 because ours are just heroes.
It's just heroes.
Which what's the
Yep. So one more.
And I will then discard a card to Eowyn. That one.
Okay. Oops. I guess I could pitch a Hobbit Pipe to make it an additional one as well.
Yeah, and then engagement result. Travel. Do you want to go to the troll camp?
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yep, and then I will engage the race.
And it's a shadow.
Around defend
A shadow.
damage, and then is an attack and kill it. Then
All right. Next round.
don't forget to
There we go.
Prepare for
Thank you.
India.
He's indeed at 5 willpower. Play out some more attachments because we can. Sigil for 0. Oh, there's 2 hidden caches there.
6 resource.
Well, I'm only going to add 2 to Dane, so we might as well use 4 of them for Treebeard. Not that it makes a big difference for this turn. Man, that would have been great cache of resources to Shadow the Past a couple times.
Yeah.
And I'm going to test a will on top, which seems good. So I will say my planning there is done. Well, we could go ahead and out of the wild just to see what's coming up.
When I killed that enemy, I would have done my.
Fair enough. All right, we need top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd say put that 9 abroad in the victor display.
I'd agree. Yeah. I want to play out belt. Yama. I'm and Saga Westerness on Yama. Armory. and I'm going to play out when here questing.
Yep. 11, 13, 16, 19 from me.
Right, and are you including the +1 ETO heroes for all kinds?
I am not, so that's 21.
I'm sending.
So we're 39. Card number 1. Pale Blade
Surges.
Whiffs. Surges into Etmores.
Card number 2.
Power in the Terror, which I will go ahead and test will that.
And we got 2. 8 in the staging area. I'm going to discard a card to Eowyn. I will carbine it on.
I will discard my Shadow of the Past to boost it as well. So we're 41 versus 8.
So that's more than enough. Clear the quest.
Always I did something to mess up the progress. There we go. 52 by my count there. So we added 39 to the 12 that was there. We made a valiant effort to get all the burdens we added removed.
Yeah, we could have completed this a lot faster had we just done what was.
Oh, if we just raced through it.
Yeah, we could have completed it a couple of turns sooner had we just didn't bother focusing on trying to get out burden. I mean, we scored 147, and we added fear of discovery. So as a resolution, we have add each burden card in play in the encounter deck and discard pile to campaign. Well, let's just double check to make sure that the only burdens that we have are the ring draws them that are left in the counter deck and discard pile.
There's the ring draws them.
There's the fear of discovery, which is that out. And there's no other burden created in both the counter deck or the discard pile. So that bit's satisfied. And the black horses were filled with madness. And leaping forward in terror, they bore their riders into the rushing flood. Their piercing cries were drowned in the roaring of the river as it carried them away. Frodo felt himself falling, and the roaring and confusion rise and engulf. Together with his enemy, he heard and saw. And that is Flight to the Ford, last quest in the Black Riders box set. So the next one is Journey South. The ring goes south. So, what did you think of this quest?
This is one I've played before, but it was just the standalone. And it's an interesting one. I did it with the Bond of Friendship Hobbit deck that was Ally Light, because it was part of a solo challenge where later you had to take it against Mount Doom. Oh my freaking god, phone. So it was a very interesting experience there. So I had to do more questing focus, but with our decks, obviously we're much better at combat. So it's like, oh, we can really kind of control this pretty well. And actually, I liked our strategy to try and remove the burdens. It's always kind of fun to do victory display shenanigans.
Oh, definitely. Like I say, it's just a sad thing that we weren't able to get rid of fear of discovery. But as far as encounters cards go, like the burdens go, it isn't a bad one again. I mean, we discussed this prior to this, but out of five burdens that we have, uh, that we could have gotten, uh,
There's two of the overcome by terror, right? And then we got the panicked and eaten alive.
right, so out of the five of them that we could have had, I think panic and eating alive would have caused us more problems than,
Right.
because the panic one is raising a threat every time it comes out. The damage from eating alive with the way we've got our deck set up isn't as much of an issue. That overcome by terror, discarding two cards at random could be a bit of a nightmare. Weight of the ring is probably the least threatening of all of these because it's an attachment and you get a lot of attachment removed with Elrond, Miner of the Iron Hills,
Power of Orthanc.
Power of Orthanc. But then when it comes out, you can also cancel it with like when revealed cancellations like Eleanor or a Test of Will, Ferial.
Right.
So it's not as big of a deal as some of the others. And obviously we got Fear of Discovery, which exhausting Frodo isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that we can't quest with them. But when I'm questing for likes of 12, 16 by the end of the game, we're not really using Frodo.
Right. And he did help us out in the Passes of the Marshes game, but hopefully by the time we get that far along, we won't be needing Frodo, or we'll have another way to get rid of this burden by then.
Well, there is in the Breaking of the Fellowship, if you can get the seeing and move that, add that to the victory play, you get a burden card from your deck.
Nice.
So maybe when we get there, Fear of Discovery might be the one to go, or maybe this the ring draws them might be the one to go, depending on what we've got engaged at that point in time.
Right.
But for this campaign, I think done fairly well in this quest. Got any last thoughts?
No, and it was a nice change of pace, I guess, from my Council of the Wise deck to have a deck that did mining a little more consistently.
Okay, and are you bringing the Council of the Wise back for a Ringo South?
I probably will. As long as we don't need any specific tech. I think Council of the Wise is a nice kind of lets me cram a bunch of different things in so it can do lots of things at once.
Okay, and what do you think of this modified version of my three hunters?
As you could probably tell, I was missing leadership Aemir at the beginning there.
Yeah, as was I.
It's great to have not have to be the questing deck the entire time, but I don't know. him or attacking into the staging area from turn one makes a big difference when it's like, oh, we could just get rid of that as soon as he's got a few attachments on him.
Yeah. And also the fact that I start off at slightly higher threat with Spirit Eowyn means that
Right.
enemies are engaging pretty much straight away, and I'm not as consistent with what I'm drawing because obviously I'm a tri-sphere deck rather than just a dual sphere tactics and leadership deck. So for most of that game, I sat on like the Gladrun Greeting and the Ancestral Armor that I just couldn't play for a few rounds because of the fact that I just didn't have resources. Luckily enough,
Right.
Gandalf's staff helped out there with
Yeah,
some
getting
resources.
Gandalf's staff first turn is always so nice because it's just like, what do we need?
Yeah. Um, but starting off with all of Gandalf's toys, that's like a 1 in a million shot. But thank you again for joining me on this little questaganza.
Well, thank you for having me, and it's too bad my Octagon crashed at the end of the Passes of the Marshes there, but I'm pretty sure we had that one wrapped up.
Um, pretty much. If you weren't able to kill all of the undead before you hit the dust, I don't think my deck could have handled it.
Yeah, I think I had enough attack power coming online, especially if I drew another Fornos Bowman on my last turn before hitting 50 threat would have been okay. But there were a couple other things that could have raised my threat before that might have made it tricky.
Yeah. But no, it's been a good couple of quests. So join us next time where we take more quests from Lord of the Rings card game. Happy questing.
Thanks, everyone.